Cloud architecture, cloud architecture, cloud architecture, y'all. If y'all don't know about it, let's get some questions in. Let's get you learning about it. Let's get you educated. Cloud is going to be no, let me say it like this. Cloud is one of the hottest, most important industries to be in right now. There's AI, there's security, there's modern architecture, AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba, infrastructure as a code, MongoDB. The cloud is a big deal. Cloud service providers, what's up? Digital creation, welcome in. Great talk yesterday. Thanks for all the participation. Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check. What's up, Magic? Welcome in. If this is your first time to my live, I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying it. So if this is your first time to my live, I welcome folks up. We'll get the special guests up very soon. I'm just warming up the room. I get uber excited about all of this. So I we can hear you can hear me. Cool, cool. What's up, Chris? Cyber 22. Uh and if you've never been here, I invite folks who are established in the space and folks who are emerging in the space, and I look to merge that gap. Been here a couple of guests. So you know how I do it. I welcome in guests, and not all the time will I have a guest. Sometimes it's just me, and it's not just a Nate show. I invite folks up if I'm doing Ask Me Anything, if I do LinkedIn reviews. It's not just a Nate show. So you'll always see me leveraging the panels. I have found so much engagement and growth from those panels that I have to keep them going. It's what I do. It's what I do. So glad that you've been here a couple of times, Magic. I hope that you're gaining value. I hope that you're asking questions, whether it's through the chat or within requesting up. We need folks to request up, and that will get you educated. That will speed lines you straight to the front of the line. It's difficult for me to keep my eyes on the chat. I do my best, but we know the chat gets jumping sometimes. Chat is jumping sometimes. What's up, Farron? I get my IT associates working on my Security Plus, been doing projects, just trying to learn how to document my process, trying to document the process. So, for your internal notes, there's plenty of tools, but for your publicly facing documentation, I have found that LinkedIn's, what do they call it? It's not publications, it's not journalism. What do they call it? It's called I just lost it. It's LinkedIn has a publication capability. It looks extremely similar to Medium, extremely similar to Medium. But when you post a Medium post, if you take your a link from your Medium post and drop that into LinkedIn, there's links that are not all the way there. So leveraging LinkedIn's built-in publications capability, I'm calling it publications just because I'm losing track on the name that they call it. Articles. There it is. They call it articles. Check out those LinkedIn articles. They hit different. They hit different. It works really well with the algorithm. So let me see what else you're talking about. So yeah, it's pretty much like a blog, pretty much like a blog. So I think that that's the best place. I think that's the best place, and especially you want to showcase your work within projects within LinkedIn, but then also the the articles within LinkedIn. You know, do it right up there. So that's what I would say. Always open to hearing other people's thoughts. It's not just a Nate show. I want to make sure that we don't just have one person's perspective. My whole purpose of starting these lives is so that way we can have everyone's perspective. and do our best to slow the conversation down. The conversation moves very, very fast. So I hope I answered that question. I hope I understood the question, Magic. If I didn't, let us know. Wow, okay, I have premium through my university. Exactly. Leverage your resources. If you have LinkedIn premium through the university, you winning. Take full advantage of that. Take full advantage. Leverage the insights for job hunting capabilities. Leverage the insights for who's looking at you. Leverage the capabilities of being able to in mail send people who you don't know mail. So I'm glad it sound Magic. It sounds like you're on the right track. I love everything that you're saying so far. Keep going. Keep going. Where any hurdles? You said you're looking to break into cloud when the special guest gets in within less than 5 minutes. If you haven't seen this special guest before, this is part two. So he's coming back to do it again with us, to do it again, and I'm so thankful because he's super knowledgeable, and he'll answer any single question. A super transparent, open book, and he'll give you layers of details. So I want you all to come up and ask those targeted questions. You trying to break into cloud? Don't just say, "Hey, I'm trying to break into cloud." I need you to be more targeted than that. I want you to come up and say, "I want to be a cloud architect. I want to be a Azure cloud engineer. I want to be working with cloud identity access and management. I want to do threat and vulnerability within cloud. I want to pen test against cloud environments. I want to fill in the blank. I want you to bring some context into the equation. What's up, Cyber Secrets? Welcome in, bro. And that'll get the most out of the live. And when you ask the generic questions, it, it we sometimes have to give you a generic response, or we sometimes have to dig, and when we can just you could just shortcut straight to the answers, just straight to the jugular, y'all, straight to the jugular. What's up, Collins? What's up, Sandy? What's up, Olami? Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. If this is your first time to the live, I welcome folks up. We this is a conversational back and forth. We are streaming on YouTube very soon to LinkedIn. I haven't quite figured it out. I've been thinking about it, been tossing around in my head. How do I want to play it? Do I want to go through a rebrand? I don't think a rebrand is there. I think it's just testing. I think I'll start with testing. Do some testing, make sure everything's working to our expectations, and kind of go from there. And we got some special guests coming through, y'all. Go check my profile. We got some special guests. I'm in conversations with some folks that are some exciting conversations. So beyond what you already see on my profile, on my account, there is at least 10 plus conversations that I'm actively engaged in. Actively. So I'm working in the background to deliver excellent guests. One guest, I see them in the room. One guest, I think we're gonna do something hands-on. I don't know all the details. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna work out the kinks, but instead of just more talking and interviewing, asking questions back and forth, maybe we'll do some show and tell. Maybe we might have some show and tell for you all. So I'm looking forward to that if we can pull it off. So let's see what we got over here. Uh, Tarek, do you think I'm competent with good job security, with good job security plus CCNA, a cloud project, and 6 month programming help desk? I'm sorry for laughing. Of course you're competent. Of course you're competent. That's a crazy question. Of course you're competent. You have to believe that you're competent. You have to show up to those interviews. We could give you all the tips, tricks, and sauce to get to to get you to the door, but you gotta go. You gotta go knock at it and you got to go walk through it and perform. So 100%, you have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Go talk to mentors. Go surround yourself by the people that you want to be like one day, and not just like the 20-year, 30-year vets in the game. You need those folks. And DJ BSEC, you need those folks, but you also need the people who just recently broke in. You also need the people who just recently broke in. You want to be connected with a variety of folks who you want to be like. And it's mindset, y'all. It's a mindset. So the competent piece, even DJ BSEC, who has his CISP, CISSP, and beyond, he's always in these chats. He's always contributing. He's participating, layering in information. He too says that he doesn't feel like it sometimes. And guess what? And guess what? The reality is that there's the technology, the industry, the information, the data, everything's moving at, I call it life speed. LIFE, life speed. It's all moving at life speed. So it makes sense why someone who is established, like DJ BSEC, can say, yo, sometimes I don't feel like it. And the reality is that the technology is growing. What's up, J Rock the House? What's good, bro? Always good to see you. The technology is growing every single day. Every single day. Let me check on the guests, y'all. If y'all feel like requesting up, I'm letting folks up to come chit chat while the special guest is on the way. Even if you just want to say, what's up? What's up, Victor? The industry, everything is moving at life speed, y'all. So it is completely normal to sometimes not feel competent. It's completely normal to sometimes feel like a dinosaur. What do I mean by that? You may be the veteran in the space, but that new bleeding edge technology, cutting edge technology comes into the on the scene, and it's the new kid on the block, and no one knows it yet. Of course you're going to feel like you don't you there's a gap. It's your job at that point, number one, to identify the gap and then move and lean into it slowly. Or depending on your situation, you might have to move quick. But start adopting new technology, new methodologies, principles, frameworks, these more complex things. Start adopting it slowly. Introduce it into your regimen. You should have a weekly, daily, monthly regimen where you are digesting material. It could be a repeat of material. It could be brand new material. It could be material that other folks that you're working around are aware of. Like collaboration. You want to collaborate with folks, and you connect your minds together and work together on different projects, and get the party started. So AI is the biggest thing. AI is the biggest thing that folks are talking about. What's up, Reese? What's up, Queen? What's up, Mayor? Some people have it under their belt, some people don't. If you don't have it under your belt, you might get left behind. You might get lost in the sauce. What's up, Life Journey? What's up, oh Denho? I hope I said that right. Odenio, Odenio, GT, Queen, Farron, Zay, Richard, Brand.
Hey, what's going on? I don't know. Yeah, I'll text you. I'll text you offline. In cyber, IT since like 2001, probably. Yeah, definitely since 2001. But my story, it's like it's very, I think, is very different than a lot of people, right? Like I started working at a computer lab at my local Boys and Girls Club when I was 14. And so, teaching kids how to use, I don't know if anybody remembers anybody remembers like Microsoft front page, like very, very old technology. But like, yeah, just like running a computer lab, and they're like a nonprofit. They don't have a lot of money. So something breaks, they're like, hey, ask the guy who works in the computer lab, can he plug in these new switches? Oh, we just got a server donated to us. Can he figure out how to get Windows? Can he figure out how to get Windows 2000 on this server? Can he re-image all these Windows XP machines? Oh, can he help us with the email server? Oh, can he set up these like fingerprint scanners for the HR system? Can he make it so that our accounting system is backed up? Can he monitor what the kids are doing so that they can't go to bad websites? Set up a web filter. Can he set up his firewall? Because all of a sudden we keep getting all this spam. Like, so it was a lot of that, and I did that for like, I don't know, 10 years. So by the time I was like 20, I already had like 10 years experience, and so it's been very like that's the way that sets you up is like just a lot different than what a lot of people experience. So like I've had it like easy. I don't like to talk about it because I feel bad because I can't relate to some of the hardships that people that had. Like I've been in a very privileged space when it comes to our whole thing or in this industry. It's like, oh, you need experience. Like I came out of the gate with experience, right? Like in my 20s, I had 10 years experience already. So it's like, um, yeah, I just had opportunities that a lot of people didn't have. That kind of situation. Oh yeah, 100%. I live a block away from the library, and I would go up there and, oh, what's this HTML for? Let me learn about that. What's you know, C plus plus programming? Like I never understood it. I don't have a brain for programming, but I damn sure tried when I was 12 to understand what it was. Um, but yeah, yeah, 100%. Word. I mean, it to see how easy, right? Like this is like the old man thing to do. You don't know how easy you have it today, kids. Like I used to have to walk to school in the snow with a rock on my back, like stupid stuff like that. Like, yeah, I totally feel like that. Like, totally feel like kids, people, right? Old or young, people getting into space just have it so much easier. It doesn't matter the age, really, right? Like the resources that you have available to you. Um, it's just insane. It's wild. Um, yeah, we all know, right? It's crazy. I mean, for all of us, I think a lot of us have our like feeds tailored, so it's like maybe if you scroll 10 times and you're not in like a search feed, like you're gonna see someone talking about cyber this or cyber that or explaining the OSI model or something like. Yeah, it's out there. One thing that's interesting to me is like the people make fun like, okay, boomer, like you bought your house for like a penny and it was everything was super easy, this kind of stuff. What when older people or people who've been in the game a long time are giving advice, like what are the cyber equivalents of that, if there are such a thing, right? Just like, oh hey, do your resume like this and post it here, right? Like I know, and these lives and in other people's lives, right? And a lot of the creators in this room, You hear people talk about here's what to do, right? What I'm curious about, and maybe I just haven't been paying attention to the lives. Maybe people do address it, but like, what's some stuff that like just doesn't work anymore? What's it essentially just like superstitious, like old timey things that don't work? I think that would be really interesting to know, just in case people run across that kind of stuff. It's like, like what is the cyber equivalent advice of like, hey, make sure you defrag your computer? Like, no, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, yeah.
Good, good, good. I'm good. No, I just be up here and oh yeah. I mean, I've already I've been in cyber for a very long time. I kind of really like I don't know. I'm trying to see. I was trying to switch out of cyber actually, but I end up getting myself deeper in cyber and starting like a doctorate program in cyber. But so far, I just feel like I just feel like cyber is so wide. Like, so I used to when I was in college, like cyber was a subject. It was taught as a course in class, and then after a few years, it became like a whole bachelor's degree, and then it became a master's. And now it's like a focus in like the PhD level. So I think it just keeps growing. The more like advanced we are in tech, like the more we've had to worry about different like cyber threats and all that. Yeah, so it's a great path to be. It's a great part to be, but yeah, I don't know. I have my. Why am I leaving? I was gonna leave, but like again, I found myself not getting more deep in it. But like, I feel like I just want to go over it because I'll say not like feeling lazy to go fully into AI, but like I just didn't want to go with the way everybody was, hyping AI, let's go into AI. So I wanted to like go into like more like the cyber parts of AI, how to like, audit like this machine learning models and making sure like, there's no like model poisoning, all the stuff like that.
When you say cyber parts of AI, you're saying like cyber security of AI, or what does cyber
No,
mean?
so I'm saying something more like, I mean, AI itself, before companies adopt AI, they would definitely go ahead and do some, assessments and to kind of like from the beginning of, from the initial phase of, getting like the third party, which AI to choose from, which model to choose from. So there's a cyber person that would definitely do like all this, auditing and checking the models, checking the data that is being trained with that model to make sure like it's not biased, it's fair, there's no model poisoning and all that. So that's the part I'm trying to lean towards more like AI governance, basically having like a framework to like kind of like monitor, maybe the supply chain of AI for like enterprise.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to go into that. That's
Is that
why.
part of the PhD? Is that part of the PhD stuff you were working on?
No, no, I have a position in cyber operations, but like it's generally like cyber operations, generally like cyber operations generally. But like I'm trying to focus into that and making it like as a role. Right now, I'm ML ops engineer right now.
Okay. I heard you say something the other day. You were talking about how when you got into that space, it was like that there were levels that you weren't even aware of, or something to this effect. Like, I was
Yeah.
curious, can you elaborate on that? It makes me think about, I saw this talk once. This guy, he was doing like a PhD in like information security or something. I'm like, what's that look like? And he proceeded over the next 40 minutes to talk about how he built like a remote exploit for Cisco VoIP phones, and then like use the somehow we're able to like use the wires to like do a side channel attack where they were able to exfil data. It was crazy. And I'm like, is that what happens in the PhD
So
level?
in
Like
the
you're just
PhD
doing
level,
like very obscure stuff?
it's really crazy, bro. Like, so we do like stuff like we do. I mean, it's not basic buffer overflow attack. It's more like you're doing like rope chain attack. You're doing like what's it called? ROF modulation. I don't know if you know there's a thing that was called the thing actually. It was used on the United States government. I think during the World War, I think Germany, I can't remember, maybe Germany or Russia. So it's a little thing where like it doesn't use no signal, no power, nothing. And it's like they put it in a little plaque and give it to the Secretary of State. And it was in the office for like 3 different terms. If you look it on Google, just say the thing, like it's a spy device that they use basically. So we're doing stuff like that, just like using how to power those stuff all with just like having the signal pointed to that direction. So stuff as crazy as that, like we do like a lot of government and defense work that even the program is not even open to non-US citizens, like the cyber program for PhD. So you can understand the level of, what you're getting exposed to and all that. Basic stuff that we do, more like advanced cyber work again, cyber operations course. We're doing like different labs, simulation attacks, all those NASA challenges. We do it like, that's like little assignments right there, like the NASA hackathon challenges, like the assignments for you that you have to get done in a week. Like, they start with this, and the first year they start with like basic capture the flag, doing randomness. I actually learned that random is not actually random in this course, in this like program. Like when you hear the word random, you think, oh yeah, it's just random. It's actually not random. I can actually simulate the randomness, and then if I can guess the randomness, so how is that random anymore? So there's basically no random anyway. When someone tells you, oh yeah, it just works in random, nope. It's not. There's no random anymore. So if you have the seed of that random generator, you can actually predict the number that's coming, literally. So like you can literally like use that to like hack passwords and know people's password. Like this OTP, you can literally, bro. OTP is not random, bro. Don't even OTP is not even random at all. So you can actually generate like copy OTPs, literally exactly produce the same number every 10 seconds. Look. So like it just opens your mind to like different things, like oh Lord. So we're not even safe. I thought OTP was 2FA. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff, man.
So it's like getting to the point. Like I think about, you pick an object that is around you right now. You look at it, and it's like, oh, that's this color. It's like, well, hey, what's a color? It's like, hey, there's like light waves, and you're like, okay, yeah, whatever, light waves. And then someone's like, well, yeah, now let's get into the particles and the atoms and the like. Like the
Yeah.
PhD level, you're getting at the like super scientific. You're getting down to like the atomic
Yeah, you're getting that to
level
like
of.
understanding like stack canaries, attack. I know this was like basic cyber. If you're doing the master in cyber, I think you probably do like buffer overflow. You do like ASLR. You understand like ASLR, DEPNX. Those are the things that the system as basic security against those attacks. But like when you're doing like masters in cyber, I think you get taught all those things. We did some of those things as well. Like a lot of exercises, too many exercises, bro.
That's
Do
fire.
you think it's better that people like that more people know those things or less people know these things, right? Because
um,
obviously it's a tool. You can use tool for good. You can use tool for bad.
bad.
But should like the majority of people just be like, hey, it's magic. That's all you need to know. Like, you don't need to
Um,
go any deeper than this. Like, just follow this SOP, and
yeah,
everything else
okay,
is above your pay grade.
that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, we need to have structure, and there has to be like different hierarchical level to how these things are. Because it's the same way in the US. If the US told you right now the things that are going in the US, everybody will literally panic. That's why we have the top secret, we have the secret, and the classified information. So it's not like they can't tell you, but it's just like the way you can comprehend it is gonna be result to panic. We can actually cause more problems for the country. So that's why they have like information is classified. So the same thing as well too in cyber. I think you just know the basic stuff. You have the compliance training at work. Just follow this SOP, and you'll be fine at your level. But at the senior level, there's some people, let the people that can handle it. Like the stakeholders, the business, people, they'll be able to like understand that better at that level. Yeah, and it's not even something that it's so technical. Like, yeah, like somebody say, people can't even pay attention for 20 minutes to hear about like cyber stuff. Like when I say not like basic cyber, nobody's talking about SOC, nobody's talking about no. We're talking about like actual like what's going on cyber in the cyberspace, like cyber operations. Like what is NASA dealing with when it comes to cyber? Like, can you even sit down and listen to it? Would you even understand?
Yeah, that's good, man. I think we
Yeah.
need a topic on that one. For real. I'm gonna connect with you offline, bro, and I want to learn more. And We do have J Rock the house up here. Let me set the stage real quick. J Rock, he's been on this live a few times now. The first time he came through, he just shared his first intro. Lumia Tex was on, and he just shared his interest in breaking into the space and was wanting to know what are the key things that I need to do to break in. And then later he showed up again. Cloud Tech exec was on, and he asked the same questions, and then he was elevating the conversation, talking about different things that he's been doing. So I love to see when you pop in, J Rock the house. It just seems like you've been steady into breaking into the space. So one CK or even Cyber Seekers, please hang out if you can. What you got going on now, J Rock the house? What's happening over there?
So currently, I haven't been as focused as I should be, but I've been studying, watching these Professor Messer trading courses. It's only A plus, and I'm only like 11 videos in, but so far it seems just like a lot of basic knowledge. Like if you are interested in any type of technology, but I just wanted the groundwork, like the definitions of a lot of things so that I understand the basics.
Pause right there.
Core principles.
Pause right there. Let me because when Cloud Tech exec was on, he said, "Skip the A plus." He said, I was like, wait, don't even study it for it. Don't even study for it. Like, just go be practical. Go actually get a computer. Provision a VM within Azure and start working on things and trying to figure things out. Cyber Secrets, 1CK. What are your thoughts? Skip the A plus altogether, or study for the A plus?
Nope, I wouldn't say that.
Talk to us, bro. What you got?
So you can't skip fundamentals like this even you doing the A plus, you're still skipping some fundamentals, but at least the A plus still gets you closer to that, because at the higher level, right, if you operate at the higher level with high functioning teams and you can't even understand the basic concept of IP tables, you understand the basic concept of networking devices, like you don't know the difference between like a switch and a router, like stuff like that. I mean, you would not be able to contribute better in those kind of spaces, and it will be harder to comprehend some stuff. I'll give you an example. So I have a friend that's been a DevOps engineer for like years. He didn't add no computer science background or whatnot. This is my other friend that he's been a computer science guy and he didn't do DevOps, and he just learned DevOps for like a month or two, and he picked it up, and after a while you can see how he can connect the dots easy, and he was doing like really better. So it wasn't because that other person was not smart or they were dumb, but they don't have the experience. It was because this person had a background in computer science. They've been learning these things all their life. They just haven't practicalized it. So as soon as they get the hands on the job and get a job, next thing, bro, everything just kind of clicking. So I feel like Security Plus is not a measurement of your knowledge in tech. It's not gonna give you that measurement, but in this age and this this time, this world, this area of the world, people look at that to actually get you certified. And for you to get any government job in the United States, and it has to do with like you working in the cloud, whatnot, they require certification that is required is Security Plus.
But do you sit for the exam?
Did I sit for the exam?
Or no, not you, but say J Rock the house. He's currently doing some studying for the A plus exam.
2026.
Should he actually?
I mean, if it's just getting started, it's a good way to kind of let him boost his confidence. Even passing that course will boost his confidence personally that, oh, I know this shit. Like, it's going to help him, talk better at interviews. I mean, it's like I said, it's not a measure of intelligence, but it's required nowadays. Like, there's no point of you having a cyber. If you get into cyber, you might as well just get it done. Honestly, like you will get it done one way or the other, because you have the actions of working in the government space, and it's required, and there's like higher ones required as well. But I think that's like the basics. So if you really want to do it and you can afford to do it, just take the time and do it. If you have other ones that you can do as well, the CIC, bro, as many as you can. Set a goal for yourself. Take 2 certifications every year. In 5 years, you have like I mean, it does. I don't think certifications actually, I don't think it actually matters, honestly, but I just feel like sometimes it just opens that opportunity for you to talk to, interviewers about what I can do, because without that certifications or like a bachelor's degree in computer science, I don't think the ATS will even can like put your resume right in front of the interview. So I
Okay.
think if you want to go do it, bro, do it, man.
I can dig it. All right, go ahead, J
I
Rocket
wanted
House. Go ahead and finish, bro.
you said something that interested me. You said once again, I'm not as deep as y'all. But you said something. You bring up something about random, and you used it as like a term. Could you explain what you mean by the term like random or?
Yeah, I heard him.
So when I'm saying random, I'm saying like, for example, you know how like the OTP we believe is random. You know how you write in program and you like kind of set random, like you define random and generating like maybe 6-digit, 7-digit random numbers. You use that for anything. Like let's say for example, like one of my tech startup, I was doing OTPs by myself, and what I did was when user logs in, it kind of says like a like a little what's it called to the webhook. That webhook then creates like a 6 number, gets saved, and then when they put that number in as an OTP, it verifies they can log in. So although it's random number to me, to everybody it's random number, I'm just saying if you go deep into cyber, you can actually tell that number is not actually random, because you can actually replicate that number just by some factors. You can actually like recreate that random number, and you can guess the same 6-digit number every time that number generates its own 6 digits. You get the next 6 digit as well. So that's why I say random is not truly random. There's no true randomness.
I understand.
That's deep. That's deep. We also have Tech Food up here. Feel free, y'all weigh in, jump in at any moment of the conversation. We're gonna keep going for another probably 30 minutes, y'all.
No worries. Yeah, just regarding the A+, aside from the A+, I could see why certain people though skip it. Like if you're one of those that you've been tinkering with computers since like 7th grade, if you're building, I mean like legit, like if you could show on YouTube or something that you built like your own PC, you know what I'm saying? And it's
That's
got
that's
like a liquid, like if you're like if you're that level of the force, it'll show. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing anyone, if you're that level of the force, it's just gonna show up. But for the most part though, I think if you apply for a job and if they say A+, yeah, try to have that. Or if you see that mostly that it says A+, try to have that. I think cloud tech executive is just probably like he's like on another level. If he's sitting in the room and he's dealing with like a bunch of CISOs.
Yeah, he's
I
also
got a
he's also
I got a
speed
question I'm
lining.
itching to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as when you land that first job and you're looking for that person, that mentor, how do you get their attention? Because I know you don't want to just go up and talk to them, say, hey, da da da. How do you show them with your actions? Like, yeah, I'm the one that you would benefit from giving your time or showing how to do this. Like, how do you show that?
I can answer that. I think you should actually go talk to them. Like, go actually walk to the person and, sincerely tell them how you feel. Like, I'm trying to get into cyber. I'm trying to be an expert in cyber. I really, think you could, mentor me and lead me in the right direction. You could give me like a trial for like a month. And then when they see like your attitude and you see like, you're a really go getter, they'll probably like pour more time into you. Yeah, if you ask somebody, go get them. Join programs. I think discussions like this, you can catch people as well. Like join different programs, go to like networking events, talk to like networking folks as well. Like gain, talk to people. When I see you 2-3 times to the same networking event, I'm definitely gonna get interested. Like, oh, okay, this guy, like you keep talking every time, like, oh, what do you do? And then from there, you can build like a rapport with somebody, and then you find a mentor.
I would agree with that. Yeah. There's no one size. If you think about like relationships, there's no one way, right? Like you're doing the best that you can with what God is giving you, right? And so when you meet someone and you're talking to them, hopefully they have time. I mean, most most people I know that like these gentlemen, like say for instance, a lot of these gentlemen, they are like people that are like my mentors peers, right? Like the time is like very limited. I mean, like they'll say something and you gotta catch it and run with it, and maybe you come back with it look, I created this, look, you know what I'm saying? And like heaven help, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they got time, maybe they'll be like, okay, I'll give you an example. So I did an app through Opal that basically scans the headers of emails. You guys know what headers and emails are, right? I'm not going to presume anyone, because you know how if you look at it, you know how it looks all crazy, right? And so my app basically is like scanning. So I use Opal, I use Gemini, but the thing is this: because I used Opal, if I send it off to someone, Opal and Gemini are basically asking you to sign in with the Gemini account. So what's my next step? It's good that I did that, but my next step is to get it off of that reliance on Gemini. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I send it to Nate, he's gonna be like, that's cute. I'm be in Spain in 30 days. Am I right or am I wrong, Nate? I'm right?
Yes.
You're gonna be
Yeah. So
yeah. So
yeah.
I got
Not literally 30,
I got it. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a guess, right? But I gotta think ahead and anticipate. Like I gotta like if Nate has an expectation of me, or even Dr. Seki has an expectation of me, I've got to exceed that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta really, really, and then be like, oh look, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying?
I like
And
that.
that's my thing. Like if you're gonna get a mentor, like yo, it's good, and to me I think it's good practice, because you jump through hoops for your work, right? You jump through hoops for your work. Every ticket you're like, you're attacking it with gusto. So try to do that when it comes to the, la cabeza en la pared.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's my
The question is, everyone, what is the role of the mentee? What are the expectations? What are the different things that will separate you from a regular mentee compared to a mentee that just nailing it, really wanting to break through? My feedback would be pen and paper. It look like you writing something, look like you typing something, pen and paper, and then take those notes and, like Tech Food and others have said, build something up off of that, show progression in some sort of way, and be able to come back into that, and then also just try to get that next meeting, because to Tech Food's point, yes, typically you're reaching out a mentor who's a veteran in the space versus someone who's like just broken in. Their availability is vastly different. So the vets in the space, yeah, you got to try to get that next time with them. And the thing is, like, it's an authentic relationship, so they should want to help you and invest themselves into you and what you have going on, as on the same side, on both ends. Both people are, it's bidirectional. So it's not just you benefiting, they're benefiting from being able to take information and see how well they can translate things that are in their brain over to your ears, and comprehension. Are you comprehending it? How are we accelerating you? What type of an acceleration are we going? Is this just flatlining, or are we really learning? The growth is there, the rapport is there, the dynamics are there.
I have two questions I'm really interested in.
What you got?
So before you ask the question, let me say something about the mentees, because I have actually mentored like a lot of people, about like from like 40 or 40 something, not like that actually, but let's say averagely around 40. And I think the ones that I actually find more interesting are the ones that actually try to get things done. The ones that put in the time, the ones that put in the time to actually, you know, get things done, not the ones that always wait for me to come. Hey, look, let's go do this. The ones that actually say, hey, all I did this, I did this, I got stuck here. Can you help me with this? Oh, I would happily jump on the call with you at 1 a.m. to help you do something like that. But you telling me, oh, when are we gonna do this? Oh, I'm still waiting for you. It's two different things. You're waiting for me. You're not trying to lead the way or make an attempt to even like start. So for me, I feel like what interests me about a mentee is more like somebody who is always willing, somebody who's like ready, like who like they will take the initiative themselves and then just start it. And when you get there, you get started. It's like you trying to ride a plane. You've never been to pilot school. I want to see you jump on that plane first and get in the seat. At least put on your clothes. Have your nice shirt on as a pilot. Your bag. Get in the plane. Get in the seat, and then come on the phone like, okay, what button do I press to start this plane? Why are you telling me? Oh, I still gotta go to pilot school. I have to get a uniform. I don't know. What should I buy? What should you buy the pilot uniform? Go fucking Walmart and Google it and see how you can get it on Amazon. Some things I don't want you to ask me because it's not like it's busy, but it's like if you really think you would really like you would think you would not, you don't need me to do those things. Like you're telling me like let's go set up like a lab. I'm telling you download VirtualBox, install a virtual machine. I get it. You might not know how to do it, but if you really want to get it done, I promise you, there's a lot of videos on the internet, step by step, screen by screen, that will tell you how to create a virtual machine. So if we have a long way to go, we're in the lab for maybe like a buffer overflow attack or rupture analysis, and then you're still stuck at creating a virtual machine. I mean, maybe we should start from the basics. Maybe we're doing it wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to get you to that point and it's taking you for 1 week to just set up a virtual machine, maybe we should go back to virtualization and talk about that instead of jumping into like cyber labs. So I will take you back.
Do you find
Yeah, that's a good
do you
point.
find yourself asking the people that you work with, or like, what have you tried already? Like, do you start off with the like, hey, do this and this and this, or do you ask like, well, what have you already tried?
So I'll give you an example. So if let's say I have a mentee right now and a cyber person, like a SOC guy trying to upskill, I will definitely talk multiple times. I have to find what you're interested in. I would explain the roadmap to whatever goal that you choose. Let's say you choose to be a GRC guy in the future. You want to be like a DevSecOps or cloud security guy. I have a roadmap like to show you the steps and steps and step. I'll give you a timeline. Now I'll tell you like this timeline is just the basic timeline. You can take longer than that. But like, do you understand what you have to do at this stage? We'll go over each topic. Week 1, week 2, we'll go over everything like that. So week 1, I would have everything that you need. Everything that you need will be in that week 1. What we need to do, the assignment, like the lab, we can try together, the examples, everything will be in that document. I just have to, if you get stuck, like I said, I'm always happy to jump at 1 a.m. to help you fix stuff if you're stuck, rather than you not even started at all, and then I want to start afresh with you at 1 a.m. So I mean, I can ask you different questions like, what have you tried? Have you tried to fix it this way? Have you tried to do that? Of course, I'm going to go through those troubleshooting steps with you. But again, I feel like it's all like depending on how the person is. I feel like you could tell the person who is serious and who is not. You can tell just by having a conversation with them, or like just like a week. I could tell if this mentee is just trying to get in because of the boss, or this one actually wants to know they want to actually set their career path that way. So I feel like you can know up front and you can tell who's just bullshitting, or you just tell who really wants it. So I feel like with that you can then navigate like, oh, this person does not, they're just doing it for doing sake. It's like a waste of time sometimes.
Yeah. I think the thing is, you just gotta know too, But I think it just what you were saying about you can kind of tell. Because this is I made a comment earlier on, is that most people, the attention span is 5 minutes. Like when I do my prompts, I literally say 2 minutes. I say make this like whatever is coming out, let's see it in 2 minutes, and then still even I'll go through and I'll just be like, cut this, cut this, cut this, cut that. Because communication is one of the hardest parts, I think, of being in this industry. um, even if even amongst technical people, right? I've been in front of like my bosses, and I'm explaining things, and they're like, "Yo, you got to skip to the good stuff, buddy." You know what I'm saying? And that's if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Nate. Like that's if I'm lucky that somebody says something, because they could just be like, "Next." You know what I'm saying? Next. And that's hard. That's hard to hear. Like, because I think a lot of us, that's one of the things too. I'm trying to figure out in my own heart, Nate. I'm confessing something to you guys. In my own heart, I'm trying to think positive. Like what I said about people, right? And about their short attention span. I gotta figure out a nicer way to say that shit.
Why would you wait? Why would you want a nicer way to say that?
Because I'm gonna be talking like this. If you're saying that, like, if you're like, okay, like I'm in a leadership position, right, and I'm standing there talking to 100 people, right? Yeah, maybe the 5 people that cut my check are like, yeah, that's the way. But eventually, those other 95 people, they're gonna worm their way into those 5 people that cut the paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? I got to figure out the best people I've seen, the people that I think with longevity, is like they know how to like not say crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's crazy. It's the truth.
Wait, what? You saying the truth is craziness? You're like
You
what?
understand?
Are we forgetting about the Emperor's New Clothes? Like, what? What are you saying, dude?
You're right. Say the truth. Speak the truth. But you understand what I'm saying? I'm not good at the politicking side of things, bro. I'm trying to just confess. It's just y'all here and the other 28 people hanging out in the background. Probably don't, I'm not gonna know me. I'm just trying to confess. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta work on the politicking side of things, man. I'm telling you, because I've literally, like, I still remember, there's a story, I'm going to keep repeating this story. I was part of a company that was recovering from a ransomware attack. And someone was talking about thin clients. And they were like, yo, we got to go out to this location. There's like 40 thin clients. Go get them. And I'm like, the thin clients, right? And just, I still remember like walking out and someone was like, yo, why you had to say it like that? I'm like, no, but they're thin clients. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm trying to be right.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait,
I know
take food.
exactly what you're
Are you
saying.
saying
I
that?
talked to-
Go ahead, Severin. I was just sort of ask. Are you saying like, is it wrong to say thin clients? Because
You know what thin clients are, right? No hard drive, right? So you know what a ransomware is, right? Okay, so do you think that ransomware is susceptible to thin clients?
Susceptible to thin clients.
Yeah.
They don't. No.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Good, right? So I was gonna. If you would have said yeah, I would have went to go look it back up one more time, and then I just would never follow you, because. But do you understand? Like this person, this is like a CI. This is like a CIO. We're in the middle of everything, right? And I'm like, yo, no. You know what I'm saying? And I still remember the logic. They were like, the guy was like, okay, so then how come everyone with a thin client can't reach the servers? And I'm like, that's because the servers have been encrypted. That's why no one can log in. No one can log in because the servers have been encrypted. No one can do anything because everything else has been encrypted. That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, you know what? I got called a smartass to my face. You're such a smart ass.
The thing is,
what am I supposed to do?
the thing is,
But that's what I'm saying is that's history. That's history, man. I'm not gonna.
But tech food. So think like, I understand what you're saying, but if somebody else, if your CIO is saying that, it's probably from a different perspective. Like they're not. I mean, thin clients are not immune to ransomware.
Oh, they're
Correct.
not. Okay.
They're not immune completely. Like, oh, like the city where you have like you got immune, you are immune to some, maybe like chicken pox or whatever they call, immune to one of those things like you can never, yeah, exactly. It's like they're not immune 100% to like, unlike traditional like computers and stuff. But you're right. But like if he's saying that, maybe it's from a different standpoint. Maybe he's saying it from like a higher level. Some people like to like think out of the box sometimes, and they will talk and it sounds like crazy, but it's just them playing devil advocate and like, yeah, it's possible actually, but maybe this is not the case though. Maybe that's where your CIO is coming from.
Bro, I was gonna, when you said that they're not 100% immune, I was actually about to challenge you and be like, okay, so how are they?
I mean, they're not. They're not 100% immune to what's it called? To ransomware, basically.
Okay.
I mean, let me see. The thing clients.
Listen, if someone were to forget it, let's just put it this way, right? Like it's a go look up what a thing. I mean, especially we're talking about. Go look it up. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but I'm telling you, it's one of these things. Every time I think ransom, I had the experience. 45 sites across New York City. Listen, our MSP abandoned us. You understand? The MSP that we were with, and you know why they abandoned us? Because they had other clients, and some of their services were multi-tenants. You know what I'm saying? You know what the multi-tenant kind. Like, so like there might be like a remote desktop, there might be like a jump box, right? So they're using the jump box for us, which is company A, company B, company C, company D, right? And we're company A.
See, somebody said they're not immune. I told you they're not immune to ransomware. They cannot be affected, but they're not 100% immune totally. Like it depends on where the ransomware is actually running. They can get affected, but it's not like that. You're right, Dick Food, but like it's not 100% of the time.
Listen, the ransomware is called Ryuk.
99% of the time, you're right.
Ryuk was so crazy, right? That Ryuk actually, the Ryuk was sitting on our environment, right? And basically so we had like a site. Let's say we had a site in Brooklyn. It basically crashed all of the computers that were there because the Ryuk system is so savage that it requires a certain amount of RAM, a certain level of whatever. And basically, if it doesn't work out, Ryuk is like, all right, crashes everything. That's how savage it was. But that's story time, guys. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
I got an idea.
But that was a real. I was a part of the recovery team, 45 sites, and it was a lesson, bro. It's still. Bruh, like slightly traumatized about it, but
no, this is what we need to do. We're gonna have a ransomware topic. We're gonna pivot though right now. But that was good dialogue about being able to articulate your thoughts, being able to in the heat of the moment have conversations with senior leadership and different thoughts and things that they're pushing and perspectives. And it's all about perspectives and how do you get that? How do you get buy-in and all that? So J Rock the House, I want to get your second. You had another one in there.
I had two questions that I'm not sure if they're quite important. The first one is more of like a advice question, but I wanted to know, after learning about like cybersecurity and IT deeply, were there any like scary moments or things you realized about cybersecurity, like regarding your own security, or maybe like even like ransomware, people trying to get into your devices or anything like that?
Yes.
I can. All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll yield. I'll go last. I'll go quick.
Go ahead, CK.
For me, it happened one time for me, and I wouldn't say I wasn't aware or I didn't know. So I was still in college, and back then, crypto was $48. So I had crypto $600 then, and I was a trader. I was a day trader, and I literally just learned in class what spoofing was. What I learned spoofing. I learned what's this one called again? The other one, like spamming, and the other one I forgot. And doing where you have like a fake URL. I learned that in school. I just learned it like last week. And this week I was trying to trade with somebody, and then they sent me a message say, "Oh, this person is a scam. Click here to report this person." So I clicked on that, and it took me to the same website that I just was on, and then it asked me to log in. Look at me, I logged in. As soon as I logged in, I got a notification in my message like, "Oh, I just logged in." I'm like, "Huh? I thought I was logged in just now. What's going on?" So basically, 2 3 minutes after, my crypto was literally leaving my wallet and was going out. So that's how I got like that was like a scary moment for me. Like that was a one and only time where I've been like a victim of like cyber. Even though I was aware, I knew. I looked at the encryption key at the top. It was it wasn't like SSL certified. I was like, oh blood, and I still did that. So I don't know. So that was one of my gullible moments ever in history. So I still look back to it and I still feel like, damn, I still dread that moment. Like I knew exactly this was like what wasn't right. A lot of SSL was giving me the thought that I had to log in again. Another notification. I logged red flags, but I wasn't paying attention to it. So I'd like in cyber generally, like to avoid all those things. It would happen to you. You can avoid. That's your job. You can avoid that drama that comes with being a cyber person. It's gonna happen, but being attention to detail is one thing that helps you, and don't forget your basics. Like don't even if you're stressed, even if like the whole company is calling your phone like 0 pounds, the server is down, this is this. Don't forget your basics. Like the basics that you learned about like cyber, like the first thing you gotta do not forget that, because it's so easy when you're under like duress. So keep that basics and trust your instinct. I think you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From go ahead, Cyber Seekers.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of this question makes me think about something that I realized about, I guess, ransomware. Kind of related. When I was in 7th grade, I was like on the cusp of like failing. Right, terrible student. And I failed, and I had to go to summer school, and I thought it was like the end of the world. I thought it was gonna be like, I'll never be successful, I'll never be able to do anything in the world, and all this stuff. I went to summer school. Everything was fine. I graduated. Like life's great right now. When I learned about ransomware, right, in I don't know what 2011, 2012, 13, whatever, when like ransomware started picking up and stuff, the people were like, this will put your business out of business. Like this would be the end. Like this is the worst thing ever. And you see it in a lot of the marketing and stuff today, right? Like what's the top risk? Ransomware. It's going to take your business out. In 2019, I started working for an incident response firm that did like digital forensics, all this stuff, right? So literally every single day, like imagine, like some people, right? Probably a lot of people in here, right, have dealt with ransomware. But imagine every single day you're dealing with ransomware, right? Literally every day for 3 years, like ransomware. What do you learn? Do all the businesses go out of business? Do the governments collapse afterwards? Is it like the end of the world? No. They restore from backups, they clean up, there's PR and whatever else, insurance comes in, lawyers hide everything, or hide as much as they can, right? They don't talk about that, or maybe they do, but like, I didn't realize it. But like, everything gets cleaned up, the business moves on. Some places get ransomware like 2-3 times, right? But like, life goes on, business continues to operate. It's not it's bad, yeah. So it's getting a cold. Like, so it's getting fired. You get a new job. Like, ransomware is not the end of the world. It's not as bad as they make it seem like. It sucks, sure, but it's like not really that bad. But like, I don't know if that answers your question. Like, I used to think ransomware was like the worst thing ever. It's bad, but it's not that bad.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was crypto.
I tell you, I don't know, man. To me, when you gotta recover, the recovery from ransomware is not for the faint of heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It is not. When they had the incident that occurred with the railroad company and everything that happened from it, one of the first things I recognized is, you remember the railroad company? I forgot what the name of them they are, but they're like in Maryland. You got to look it up. Look at the scope and depth. Look at what they had to do. That they were using. I don't know. I feel like saying like they were transporting oil by railroad, and then they had to turn around and basically start like, I think their business continuity plan was trucks now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going from like railroad cars to trucks. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta recover. The recovery part, that's like tough stuff because in recovery is where you even before actually, here's what ends up happening when they call in like a highly skilled engineer. That highly skilled engineer is going to tell you legit where you went wrong if you didn't segment your that network. If you know, they're going to tell you where it started at and why this ransomware was able to hop from computer to computer to computer. You know what I'm saying? And my experience, I still remember they sent me out to the co-location, and they gave me these IP addresses to log in, and I was like, wait, these IP addresses, this is our network, and they were like, yeah, and I said, you guys, are you trying to tell me we put the backup on the network? Think about that for a second. The backup.
Have you ever touched a hot stove?
Yeah, and only once when I was a kid.
Right, yeah. My favorite thing about ransomware and cyber attacks and all this stuff is the companies that that don't care at all. Like,
Yeah.
after these kind of things happen, well, what do you know? Look at all this budget that comes in. Look at all the people that come in. Look at the posture improving. If anything, at the end of the day, for most companies, after these kind of things happen, now they, for quote, get serious about it, right? And the world's a better place. So it's like sometimes you just need to get your ass kicked.
Copy that. So one of the things, to answer your question, one of the things like in my personal, well, I've always been a strong believer in MFA, like period, end of story. But what I realized is that what I realized specifically is that even at my basic and above, like there were people that were like using the same password that their MFA was not really turned on for Lord knows whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially it. So MFA, for me, my lesson with all things, because if you if my account is responsible for creating users, super users, et cetera, but if I have my account locked down, right, then that's just good. You know what I'm saying? That's just another way. So to answer your question directly is that I realized how MFA and monitoring were not in place, and how it's important to monitor those accounts.
Yeah, I got something too. Back when I was in help desk, Crypto Locker, when Crypto Locker ransomware came through, locking up everybody's computer, we had got hit, but I was in help desk at the time, but I saw the networking team, I saw people leadership, I mean, just moving different. So that scared, that kind of put me in a position of like, whoa, like it's real, like it can really go down, and the whole show can be shut down quick. And but they contained it, and it didn't spread, and it stopped, but it was big lessons learned. Definitely, like Cyber Secret said, the budget for the security initiatives opened up, and you started to see different security resources get hired on, more attention about security, now phishing emails, and more awareness. So folks start acting, getting their fecal matter together. They start getting their fecal matter together real quick. All right, what you got, J Rock? We got one more cue, bro. One more cue, and then we're gonna wrap it up for the night.
All right. I guess this one could be quick. The best virtual machine to start. I just want to hop on a virtual machine tonight, mess around with it.
Tonight, like if you want out to me, I write. What do you?
You tell us. What do you think is the best virtual machine to use?
I think maybe yesterday or the other day I was referred to. I think it was. Let me go to my notes. It was GitHub. I think they had There's a project slash virtual machine. They have ServiceNow, Active Directory. I'm not sure if all these. I don't have the notes aren't organized.
Let me
Um,
what do you use right now? What are you Mac? What are you?
I'm on Mac.
You're on Mac? Go to VMware, download the VMware Pro Fusion and rock out. Because VMware, we all know what VMware is, right? VMware is like an industry standard. You don't know what VMware is? Oh my God. Oh, you're new.
Yeah, he
you
fresh.
you
He
new.
fresh.
I didn't.
No, do you know what VirtualBox is?
VirtualBox.
Oh Lord, you're new.
Just
Yeah.
Ah,
No worries, good.
All right.
Go to VMware.
All right, hold on. Let's take a vote. Everyone, out of VirtualBox and VMware, out of VirtualBox and VMware, put a 1 in the chat if you think you should go look at VirtualBox. Put a 2 in the chat if you should.
Nate,
Yep.
you're missing something, Nate.
What's
There's
up?
3. There's VirtualBox, VMware, and Hyper-V.
And
No,
Hyper-V.
no. Remember, there's also parallel.
All right.
We're talking about if you want
All
to
right.
be free.
All right, let's just do
Parallels
this.
also. Parallels.
No, but he says he has a Mac.
Yeah, so parallel was
I
on
have
Mac.
Oh, okay,
I have a
okay.
Windows too. I have a PC. I don't got it on me right now, but I have that too.
All right,
available.
let's just go with the Mac. Put a 1 in the box if he should go VirtualBox. Put a 2 in the box if he should go VMware. Let's get some participation from the folks, everyone, and then we'll layer in information on why we're saying either one. VirtualBox is put a 1 in the chat. 2 for VMware. He's on a Mac. Okay, we got 2s. We got VMware, like Tech Food said. We got CK on 1. I'm gonna vote 1, and that's just familiarity and experience with it. But we're getting a lot of 2s. So go ahead, Tech Food. School them real quick. Give them the playbook
So
for.
one of the reasons why is that you want to be able to see the activity of your VMware. ESXi, my God, I can't even listen. I do some stuff with the VMware stuff, but let me tell you this. Put you this way: the industry standard is aside from Microsoft and hypervisor and all that, right? The industry standard is like VMware building an ESXi, taking a pizza box, turning that pizza box, which is like a 1OU server, they call it a pizza box on this, but taking that server, putting that ESXi, whatever version is on it, and then making that like the major host, and then chopping it up, creating a bunch of different machines or servers off of it. That's literally that's been the standard. My understanding.
Hold on.
And the EVM.
Let me just check, because DJ BSEC just mentioned something more recent.
Because of Broadcom.
Okay, due to the Broadcom
Yeah.
acquisition.
Let me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
I could speak to Broadcom. I could speak to Broadcom a little bit, right? But the thing is, it's still on so many servers. Literally all telecoms, right? Not telecoms, all like I want to say like a data center. If I were to say that there's 10 racks, I wouldn't be surprised if 8 of them are like all ESXi. You're right to say that, though, because part of the issue with all these things is the availability of the tools. You don't want to be as an administrator, you don't want to be jerking around. If you want the VMware tools is for every VMware machine that you create, you need tools to adjust your the view, and also for your cursor. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be jerking around looking for them. You want them to be there all the time. And so I could see why he could be having a problem because of Broadcom.
Okay, let's just say ease of use. If he were to just Google VMware and wanting to pull down is it going to be one click and then he can install the ISO and everything will just start working, or what does he have to do? Like, what are some of the things that he has
Yeah.
to?
So because
What kind of initiation is that? One click?
One
No.
click. I want the one click.
you want them to go through it. They go through it. They do a box. They do
I got it. One click.
One click.
Oh, I gotta configure the firmware in the VM. Right? I gotta rearrange the boot order in the VM. Then do VirtualBox. But you still have to do that.
Yeah,
with
he
the
said
VM,
tonight.
too.
He's trying to get it in
You know what I'm
tonight,
saying?
y'all. Not like all
get it
night
in
and
tonight.
finally figure it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So
Listen,
J-Rock,
ChatGPT is a thing. He can get it done. He could download all three. He could download tonight. He could download UTM, VirtualBox, and VMware. Use ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude or Manus or pick your AI of choice, and it will walk him through it. He'll be up until 2 a.m, sure, but he'll have tried out each one, and he'll be able to tell us on the next live which one is the best.
You know what?
Why do we have to-
Someone just recommended, which I think is just as solid, because I know the process. I could show you guys right now. Basically, you take like your weakest credit card because you're trying to just go free, right? And you do Azure and you spin up a VM in there.
Oof.
so I got something to say.
That'll.
I got something to say.
What you got, one CK?
So I think right now, Gerald the just needs to get dirty, get started, and like VMware will be like a startup. My advice is Oracle VirtualBox is for beginners. It's easy, it's user friendly, kind of nice interface. There's a lot of support out there. If you ever come into any issue, you can. VMware, it's like when it knows exactly when he has mastered a little bit and knows exactly what it's doing. I think now you can promote and get to VMware. That way you can transfer the knowledge learned from VirtualBox over to VMware. And then you guys talking about the cloud right now. It seems like so easy for us to spin up an instance in like 2 seconds. But for someone who is asking about VirtualBox and VMware, I think it might just like, oh, why am I going to do on the cloud? Like, I think it has to just go from the business, which is like talking about, you can go provision in the cloud. It's easy. Don't get me wrong. But like for someone like Gerald the House, who wants to get started right now, I don't think we should point him towards the cloud right away. In the next 2-3 weeks, we can actually say, you know what, go do it in the cloud. Let's see,
I can second that. Like definitely VirtualBox.
Man, you about to eat me alive. God damn.
Let me ask you a question. Are you spinning up do you know what you're going to do once you spin up that VM machine?
That was his question to us. What VM?
No. There was one thing. That was one question. What VM? But my question to him is, what are you going to do when you spin it up? Is it just going to sit there, or are you going to put it to work?
I want to get into some trouble.
Hey, whoa! Let's just stop her right there.
Do you that?
Oh no, we're not.
gotta hit the
No.
dump button.
I got you. You are getting me some trouble. I felt that.
No, we're not.
I felt
Okay,
that-
all
I
right,
felt
let's go.
that young-
Give him.
I felt that young Vader.
Let's go straight to Kali Linux then. Y'all want to play?
Yeah, me.
Send them straight to Kali Linux.
DM me, bro. DM
Don't
me.
do that. Let him start with Ubuntu. Come on.
Ubuntu.
Start with a
Nah,
basic.
he said he
start.
wants to get in trouble. Let him spin it up in Azure or
You want
AWS.
to spin
Make
up
sure you
a,
pick
you wanna
the large
spin up
model.
a servers. You want to spin up a
You know.
server. Start jumping around, playing around with the host file, right? That's what it is. You ain't even with the host file,
I've
it's
been-
ready to go. Bro. I like
All
that.
right.
I have a tax for you, Gerald Dales. I got a tax for you. Are you gonna take it?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to spin up a VM, actually 2 VMs, and I want you to prompt ChatGPT however best you can and tell it to give you an exercise how you can send a message from the VM, the first VM to the other VM. Let the VM communicate with each other. Let's start from there. So make sure you can be on VMA and you can type something and you can show up on VMB, just like a basic just getting access to VMB. Then the same network, it should be easy for you. So try to do that.
Till tomorrow morning.
No problem. I'll see you next week.
Next morning. Next morning. That's networking right there for you, bro. That's a little bit of
Yeah.
like, oh, how come these machines aren't talking? Oh, I gotta go spin up something in the VM and make everyone talk to each other. And Azure, I gotta go spin up something.
All right, so check it out, y'all. J Rock, you got the you got some ideas over there. And when ChatGPT, if you're using a free version, when you run out of credits there, go check with Grok. When you run out of credits there, go check with
I have
Claude.
I got a subscription.
All right, so even when
Listen, if anyone wants to play around, in my Azure, which is pause.
that was wild.
You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? But I created a fictitious company, right?
All right.
And if you DM me, I'll send you. I bought the domain name and everything, and I have accounts created. I created accounts. You know what I'm saying? And because there's things I wanted. I know I have an idea ultimately about what I want the company and the website. I have it on GitHub. If you guys want to be a part of it, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working it out. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna be serious, like we gotta be serious. You know, I'm going up against Nate, I'm going up against Cyber, I'm going up against Dr. CK over there. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? I joke around a lot, but I gotta show these guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm one with the force.
Hey, let me say something, y'all. I know we got Nelly up here, but with all seriousness, like J Rock the House mentioned that he wants to get into some trouble. We don't promote getting in trouble. We are promoting being able to learn and get educated and being respectful and not doing anything that is illegal whatsoever. Period. That's not cool. I'm no promotion in that direction at all. But you do need some education. So I like several things that we've said. Especially what one CK said about getting some communication between two different VMs that are on the same network. That would be pretty cool. Put a stamp on that as a certain project. Probably project 1 would be getting your hands on a virtual machine, actually being able to log into it, and then navigating around. That'll complete project 1, and then move on to project 2, level up, being able to have communications between the two, and then project 3. Go ahead, Nelly. What you got over there? Or hang out. Hey, we're about to wrap it up, y'all. We're about to shut it down. J Rock the House, I always appreciate you coming through and always trying to learn new information and connecting with folks. This is really why I started the live, is to have folks who are emerging in the space connect with folks who are established in the space. We threw a lot out there that at the end of the day, we need you to navigate, sift through some of the information that was oozing out, and leverage your GPTs, and do not do anything malicious. Just don't do it, bro. It's not worth it. But we're gonna end it for the day. Connect with me, J Rock the House. Connect with anyone on this panel. Really, they're all friendlies. And ask them questions. You get jammed up somewhere, and don't expect an immediate response, but put your questions out there. ChatGPT is going to be your best friend, though, to be honest with you. YouTube University is going to be your best friend. Go watch someone set it up on their machine. Make sure that you're looking at the specs that they have. If they have a Mac and it's a M4 chip versus yours, it's
9:45.
Oh, okay. All right, time to close it down. 9:45, y'all. No, I'm just playing. No, it's all good. It is time. I'm shutting it down. Everyone, great live. I know we had to pivot, and I thank everyone who participated. And we're gonna get Austin in to chat about part 2. So I apologize, but glad everyone was able to come in and chat about something else. And yeah, let's get out of here. So have a great evening. Have a great afternoon, morning, whatever time you're watching this, because we are streaming live. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Nate.
Yep. Thanks.